As the world's two largest economies, the relationship between China and the U.S. is not only critical domestically, but also on a global level. Trade volume has grown considerably in the past few years. Beijing says it feels new President Donald Trump has brought uncertainty into the picture. CGTN's Wang actually spoke to CPPCC member Jia Qinghua about the situation.
According to China's Ministry of Commerce, the U.S. is China's largest export market and a major source of foreign investment. China is America's second fastest growing export market. Trade volume between the two countries reached almost $520 billion last year. That's more than 200 times the figure from 1979, when diplomatic relations were established.
Now it's time.
But Donald Trump's new administration is casting ever-growing doubt on the future of bilateral relations. Donald Trump was tough on China during his presidential election. He once said he would impose a 45% tariff on Chinese imports. In response, the Chinese Ministry of Commerce said they would first evaluate and deal with specific policies instead of reacting to Trump's rhetoric. Besides his tough stance on Chinese imports, Trump recently accused China of being the grand champion of currency manipulation. China's foreign ministry dismissed the claims, saying the country had no intention of deliberately devaluing its currency to gain a trade advantage. Dean of the School of International Studies at the Peking University and a CPPCC member at this year's two sessions, Jia Qinghua also believes Trump's opinion contradicts the reality.
His idea that China tries to make RMB depreciate so that China can export more to other countries is outdated and wrong. The real situation is the Chinese government has been trying to make sure that the RMB will not depreciate too fast.
Jia believes that because Trump is from the opposite end of the political spectrum from Barack Obama, that a period of rhetoric and bravado is normal to set himself apart from his predecessor and establish the idea of a new administration with new ideas. Jia points out that Trump, like many new presidents, promises a raft of sometimes controversial new promises, which in reality are impossible to keep.
In many cases, those campaign promises are not realistic. Okay? So when he does something to honor his campaign promises, this causes frictions between the two countries. Usually this period will take a year and a half to 2 years. Okay? Donald Trump's case is not an exception. Okay? So we have to be patient.
Jia says, as the interests of China and the U.S. are heavily intertwined, Trump must realize sooner or later that cooperation with China is the correct choice, beneficial to both countries. Wang, CGTN, Beijing.